even. Now,
going to try and manhandle him into the gates.
And we'll join Peter Smith in just a moment for his call. Pete just getting ready and looking through the last few horses for this. And we have correct weight in Sydney. Weight is right in Sydney in race 5 for 6 Classic Victory, 8 Lord Valrigo and 5 King of Caballero. Now they appear to be just about right for the running of this. The next event, which is race 4 at Cheltenham in South Australia today. Number 6 Cantrian is the scratching. Peter Smith ready.
Set, they're racing. Michener bounced out okay. Useful in that aspect, the slowest out. Final Extra was away pretty well. Starfontaine, Loyal Garden, What a Man are all going quickly now with Blast the Glass driving up into a forward position and Mickey Mantle also driving through that leading pack. Back behind the leaders then we would have had Voodoo's Glance. They are followed by Useful gaining ground around the outside now and then Bon. Quan Star would have been next along in the field and they are followed by Royal Toy. Final Extra's got a long way out of its ground and that aspect was one of the last and Michener last of all. Racing past the 1,000 metres now and Mickey Mantle's taken over to lead by 2 or 3 lengths. In second placing, a clear second, What a Man, another 2 or 3 away then to Starfontaine. Loyal Guard was next on the outside. Blast the Glass next on the rails is close enough. Outside of it, Useful. Another 3 lengths further back in the field then to Bon. They're spreading out over a bit of territory here. Further back then Royal Toys making some ground around Voodoo's Glance, the rails and then Quan Star. Final Extra's got a heap of ground to make up from second last. That's Aspect and 4 lengths away was Michener last of all. They're on the home turn. They've got about 450 to run. They're packing up front. They've gone to Mickey Mantle. What a Man's gone to the front now from Loyal Guard. Starfontaine further back. Useful around the outside. Blast the Glass is held up now. It's getting into the clear. Royal Toy down the outside. So too Final Extras coming home with a big run. Then Quan Star and that's Aspect out wider on the track and Starfontaine closer to the inside. Final Extras gone to the front. Blast the Glass in the centre with Royal Toy. That's Aspect down the outside. Final Extra those clear and Final Extra puts up a big performance to win a bit over half a length on the line. Blast the Glass has got second. I think just in advance of that Aspect out wider on the track. They were clear of Royal Toy, Loyal Guard, Quan Star. Starfontaine was further back in the field from What a Man, Bon. Useful couldn't go on with the job. Well back then Voodoo's Glance. James A is back towards the tail. It's Michener and back with it is Mickey Mantle.
The winner Final Extra number 7 to pay $3.50 and $1.35. 4 Blast the Glass 95 cents. 13 That's Aspect $1.10. Race 5 in Adelaide. 5 still at $4.35. Colour Page into $4.70. King of Brooklyn in from $3.05 to $2.55, so 5s into 4s on the tote. Argonaut Style $3.80 out to $4. Globetrotter continues to come in $11 into $8.90. Noble Kit in from $3.95 to $3.65. King Matthias a little easy, as too is Darius Fun. Beautrist exactly the same quote, $5.55. Jabba Hutt is only 5 cents different from its opening quote. Happy View is out to $17.40. Sansong a little easy, as too is Bronx Bomber. Gail Goodspella's got out in the market. Grey Liberty in the same boat with Like a Topic, My Day and RL's Mate. So that's the update, and $553,000 plus in the win pool, $374,000 in the place pool, so almost $930,000 in total prior to the running of the Sandown Cup in the pool.
They've settled. The lights are racing. And they've jumped away pretty well over near the inside. Gielgud's Bell was quickly away from Like a Topping and King of Brooklyn just in behind them from RL's Mate and then Grey Liberty. They're followed by Noble Kit and My Day the outside. Over on the rails now is Jabba Hutt, wider out Colour Page. And Beautrist is working up quickly towards the leaders too, and Bronx Bomber is just behind them. From Happy View, Argonaut Style well back. Bronx Bomber got into trouble there, dropped back to second last, and Sansong is last. Up to the judge now they go for the first time, and the leader here is Beautrist over on the outside, has taken a very narrow lead from King Matthias. It's up second today from Colour Page, and Noble Kit is fourth, and then My Day. About a length further back in the field then came Like a Topic on the inside of King of Brooklyn, who's pulling like mad again. My Day and the All White is 3 deep from Grey Liberty, and they were followed by Happy View the outside, Gielgud's Bell the rails, then Darius Fun, and there's no pace on at all. Argonaut Style the outside. Jabba Hutt has gone back through the field. Sansong in front of it with Drought, and then RL's Mate and last Bronx Bomber into the back with 14.50 to go. The leader Beautrist a little little over a length, King Matthias, a length and a half, Colour Page, My Day pulling hard, going around them. Now the boys starting to ride it along. Sansong is taking off with it too, and then Noble Kit, 2 lengths to Like a Topic, then Argonaut Style going round the outside, Happy View, King of Brooklyn, 2.5 lengths to Grey Liberty, Globetrotter next, then a length and a half, Gielgud's Bell, Arel's Mate the outside, followed by Drought, Daria's Fun, and Jabba Hutt second last, Bronx Bomber last. 1,000 to go in the cup. Beautrist in front about a neck to Sansong. 1.5 King Matthias and a half. Noble Kid, who's travelled well on the outside. Argonaut Style continuing its run, going around My Day, who's weakening now. Here comes Grey Liberty around them. Happy View also. They've clapped the pace on now. King of Brooklyn's dropped back to the middle of the field. Drought taken to the outside from Bronx Bomber, and Globetrotter's gone back near the rear. Gielgud's Bell last with 600 to go near the turn where Noble Kid had strode to the lead. Noble Kid the leader as they came to the home turn. Shot away now from Beautrist. Argonaut Style, the danger, coming at it on the outside. They've raced 3 lengths in front into the straight with Argonaut Style taking the lead. Then Sansong, Colour Page, Bronx Bomber with a good run down the outside, and they're followed further back in the field by Jabba Hutt. Argonaut Style, race clear, 200 to go. He's 2 lengths in front of Sansong. Drought down the outside. Drought's coming with a big run with Colour Page. It's Drought on the outside, and Colour Page have raced to Argonaut Style, but Colour Page is doing better in the centre, and Colour Page has won at a neck to Drought. Argonaut Style third, Daria's Fun fourth, fifth Jabba Hutt, then Sansong. They were followed further back in the field by King of Brooklyn, a good gap to Beautrist, King Matthias, Happy View, then Bronx Bomber, Noble Kit stopped to a walk from Grey Liberty, then My Day, Arel's Mate, and Gielgud's Bell has run last. Official placings for the Sandown Cup, the 100th running. Number 2 is the winner, Colour Page, ridden by Jay Cassidy. Second placing to number 1, Drought, ridden by D. Gauchi. And third, number 4, Argonaut Style, ridden by H. White. 2, 1 and 4. Officially fourth in the race is Daria's Fun. Well, Colour Page was just too good. A lot of us were inclined to wipe him off after his run in the Dalgety. It was a pretty ordinary run in that he had the run of the race. I believe the stable thought he was over the line, and Scarvilla held him very easily to the line. But today he's found another 2 or 3 lengths, and he's been just too good for Drought, who looked as though he was going to break through at the 100 after Argonaut Style had looked the winner into the straight. And Drought and Colour Page came at him together, with Colour Page just finishing a little too strongly. It's by Blue and Gold from Dole Tear Sheet, trained by Brian Mayfield Smith at Rosehill, ridden by Jimmy Cassidy, who's won the 2 big ones today, the Guineas and the Cup.
The Cup Quinella, $17, Trifecta $229.85, and the running double paid a dividend of $25.30. That's the result of the big one at Sandown this afternoon, race 5, the Sandown Cup. Now, the next event coming up.
Certainly, they've just jumped in, Sydney.
Going up quickly shortly after the start was Runaway Switch, and they've gone over the first, and the favourite Dinah's Card is up looking for the lead, and one's gone. One of them's gone. We'll pick that up for you in just a moment. In fact, Old Lock has lost the rider as they come down the side of the track, and Dinah's Card shows the way by 2.5 lengths. All Prince in second place, Runaway Switch third, then the riderless Old Lock as they go over the next. 2 lengths away, Cuban Legend on the inside of Peros. One then coming even trumps, and a good margin of 4 to Sharrow Bay. Value on the inside and tailed off as they come around the home corner the first time, Tidal River. Well, the second favourite's out of business, Old Lock. That's the second favourite on the New South Wales Totalisator. And as they turn into the straight now, and the leader is Dinah's Card. The riderless Old Lock on the outside. One of the panels came down there, and down the home straight, past the 250 metres as they come to the second jump in the stretch, and Dinah's Card shows the way. The riderless Old Lock having a picnic. In actual second spot is Old Prince. A distant third is Runaway Switch, and then comes Peros, Cuban Legend, followed by Value. Then even trumps in Sharrow Bay, and tailed right off is Tidal River. Well, the crowd getting their 6 worth here with the riderless Old Lock. He's really up, having a shot at the leader, Dinah's Card. And as they turn out of the straight, Dinah's Card shows the way, about 4 or 5 lengths on Old Prince, 6 to Runaway Switch, a length and a half to Peros, 1 Cuban Legend, 3 lengths to Value, 2 to even trumps, and a minute away next in the run is Tidal River, and another one losing its rider there was Sharrow Bay. Well, Sharrow Bay's lost the rider, and he's okay, and as they... He's a bit groggy too. He's coming to the outside now in the home straight down near the post. Now as they go to the next corner, and the pilot Dinah's Card. The New Zealand geldings travel well in the run and he's jumped nicely. He's about 2 lengths clear on Old Prince and then Runaway Switch, followed on the inside by Cuban Legend, Peros, then Even Trump's Value, and forget about Tidal River, and Old Lock and Sharrow Bay have lost the riders. Down the back of the track they go. Here they come to the next one. Oh, Dinah's Card took off and landed beautifully. He's about 2 lengths on Old Prince. On the inside, third is Cuban Legend, a length and a half Runaway Switch, and then comes Even Trumps on the inside from Peros Value, and Tidal River is last of all. Going on to the far corner, 1,000 out on the Tui's National Hurdle, and it's Dinah's Card showing the way. Old Prince is a length and a half off second, but he's being niggled out, and the leader's doing it very, very well. Runaway Switch third, then Cuban Legend, followed on the inside next by Peros, then Even Trump's Value, and last is Tidal River, but coming down the side, and over the next one they go, and now they've only got 2 hurdles left to negotiate. Dinah's Card's gone further in front, leads about 4 lengths on Old Prince, vigorously ridden, being passed by Runaway Switch, and a minute back to Peros. Travelling to the home corner, they've got 2 hurdles left to get over here, and Dinah's Card leads about 5 or 6 lengths. Runaway Switch second, Old Prince is third, and Peros fourth, and the others history. Around the corner they come. Here's the second last, and Dinah's Card up and over. Dinah's Card about 2.5 lengths on Runaway Switch, who's running a good race, and then comes Peros and Old Prince. 1 to go. Dinah's Card's only got to get over it to win. Up he goes. Oh, he knocked it a shade, but he's about 3 lengths on Runaway Switch. Runaway Switch is coming after Dinah's Card. Dinah's Card 2 lengths on Runaway Switch, battling on well. Dinah's Card is getting very, very tired. Runaway Switch is trying to pick him up. Dinah's Card hanging on, and he's won the money. So the 3rd consecutive favourite gets home in the Tui's National Hurdle. It's Dinah's Card from Runaway Switch, and 3rd placing went to Peros, followed by Old Prince, and then Even Trumps, followed by Cuban Legend. Then came Tidal River, and the 2 horses that, well, here's another one up at the top of the straight. Values failed to complete the course. The rider leading it around the home corner. Sharrow Bay lost the rider in the straight with a lap to go. And
1, 6 and 10, the numbers there. Dinah's Card, the winner, to pay $1.65 and 95. Second, Runaway Switch, $1.20. And third, Peros, $3.30, 1, 6 and 10 on race 6.
And I've given him a good chance. They've jumped in Adelaide.
The first to show out, and he's going to cross them and lead Prince Travolta by the looks. Well Kept is driving up in the leading division. Also there early would have been Shot Sell Hope. Looks to be Dowie up there around the outside. Just behind them now was Well Kept dropping back a bit. Quick Think is also up in the leading division. Back midfield we see Twig now. Also back there would have been Bright Aspect from Yali Prince. About 3 lengths further back in the run then was Disco Gambler. A couple of lengths away in the all-white was Howitzer, and last of all Wizzy Mo. They make the run towards the side, and the leader was Prince Travolta by half a length in second placing Quick Thinker. Dowie's parked in third placing, nicely placed Sell Hope on the outside. In the pink colour, Shot down on the inside, next along in the field from Well Kept going around the outside. Yali Prince further back in the field from Twig now. Disco Gambler starting to take closer order. Bright Aspects back third last, second last Wizzy Mo the outside, and last of all past the 600 was Howitzer. It's Prince Travolta almost joined on the outside by Quick Thinker. Dowie's looking for the run behind them. Well Kept's moved up nicely to be third and fourth now. They're followed further back in the field by Yali Prince and Shot. Disco Gambler's making some ground to the outside, and further back Sell Hope in the straight. Prince Travolta under the whip. Dowie goes for the run in the centre now. Well Kept down the outside, further back in the field Quick Thinker. They're followed by Disco Gambler late on the scene. Prince Travolta's giving plenty though. It's clear. Dowie coming out after it now with Well Kept the outside. Disco Gambler late, but Prince Travolta's hung on. Prince Travolta's won half a length on the line. I reckon Dowie's got second just in advance of Well Kept, and late and close up out wide Disco Gambler. Next along in the field then would have been Quick Thinker. Yali Prince not that far away from Wizzy Mo Howitzer.
And it'll be 9, 3 and 2. The winner Prince Travolta to pay about $4.20 and $1.20. If 3, Dowie gets second, 80. And number 2, Well Kept to pay about 70 cents. 9, 3 and 2 as called by Peter. It'll be 9 and a photo.
Waiting for the level. They're racing now. They jumped pretty well too. Riverdale and Fallacious were away very well. Fair Verdict showing speed early in the race, and they were followed by Monotony being eased out of it now from Get Tui Eminency. Then behind those horses came Chestnut King on the inside, and there's no pace on. Celtic Air the outside from Gold Deck, and they were followed by Nondescript. Sir Lustrious back on the inside of them, and Prince Gano is last. At the 1300, Fallacious in front, a length to Riverdale, a length and a half further back, Get Tui from Fair Verdict, one to Chestnut King and Eminency, a length further back, Celtic Air, a half to Illustrious, the rails from Gold Deck, Monotony getting its head up on the outside, one further back, Nondescript, a length to Prince Gano. Fallacious given more rain at the 1000, drew out 2 lengths to Riverdale. He's travelling nicely the top weight, a length and a half further back then, Get Tui, and one to Chestnut King. On the outside of it is Fair Verdict, a length further back, Illustrious, who's got up on the fence. On the outside there is Celtic Air, and trapped on the outside of those runners, making a bit of ground now, is Nondescript and Eminency just in front of it from Monotony, Gold Deck, and last Prince Gano. Oh, he must be 12 off the lead at the 600 on the corner, and Fallacious led a little over a length to Riverdale in second placing. They were followed behind them, Get Tui, as Riverdale's going up the Fallacious. It's going to be just a sprint home, and then Chestnut King with about 300 to go, and Fallacious doing nicely in front, drew away 2-3 lengths in front of Riverdale. Then Fair Verdict, Chestnut King at the head of the others, and they're followed by Celtic Air running on from Eminency, but Fallacious a mile in front with 150 to go. He's about 4 lengths in front of Celtic Air, coming home strongly, but Fallacious in no danger of defeat, goes on to win by about 2 lengths. Second placing Celtic Air, Eminency has run third. Monotony came home pretty well on the outside next, and they were followed by Prince Gano. With it, Fair Verdict, Chestnut King. Back behind those horses then was Riverdale with Fair Verdict and Gold Deck, Nondescript. Get Tui, one of the last home with Sir Illustrious. Official placings for the Foster's Lager. Race 6 on the program. Number 2 is the winner, Fallacious, ridden by David Charles. Number 3 is second, Celtic Air, G. Murphy. And the third placing to number 12, Eminency, ridden by D. Triandafaloo. 2, 3 and 12.
There are the tote dividends: Prince Travolta $4.20 and $1.20, Dowie 80 cents, Well Kept 70, Quinella $6.25, Trifecta $58.65. All right,
Something happening, something going on around here. Have you noticed there's a feeling of something in the air? Celebration of the nation. Give us a hand. Celebration of the nation. Let's make it grand. Let's lend a hand and show the world how great we all can be. All those years of sweat and tears. It's of ice and tangerine. Celebration of the nation. Give us a hand. Of the nation. Let's make it grand. Let's make it great. You can do it. 88. Come on, give us a hand.
the result of race 6 at Sandown, the winner number 2, Fallacious, 2.60 and 90. Second, Celtic Air, number 3, 1.65. Third, number 12, Eminency, $4.40. Quinella, $18.30. Trifecta, $6.84 even. And the running double, $26.65. Well, jumped in race 7 in Sydney.
Leader, Vapor Trail 3 deep, Murray's pick 4 wide, a length and a half special finish and 2 lengths to Gracious. At the end of 300 metres, Cool Action the inside just in front of Fantasy King. 2 lengths away, Vapor Trail, special finish on its inside, a couple to Murray's pick and a length to Gracious. As they gallop down the side of the track at the 700 metres, and the grey and favourite Cool Action shows the way. About a half length or so on Fantasy King, a length and 3/4 special finish. Vapor Trail at his quarters the outside. Johnston had a quick peep over to the right side on Vapor Trail, who's lost ground. Morris picked second last and 3 lengths to Gracious, travelling to the corner at the 500. And Cool Action in front, 3/4 Fantasy King, a length of special finish, coming out 3 wide now. And as they travel past the 300, Cool Action and Fantasy King in front, a half length on special finish.